You know, I never imagined this freezer would make me emotional. Not because it's full, but because it's waiting for the people I love. My children don't live here anymore. So before they leave, I send a little piece of home back with them. I never thought that that would mean so much. Hi, I'm Bombi. Welcome back. Today's not really a cooking lesson. It's simply a conversation that happens to take place inside my kitchen. Although I do hope you'll try making this for your family someday. It's one of my children's favorite. Honestly, it's really delicious. Before we begin, quick disclaimer. I'm not a chef. Zero culinary training. In fact, I didn't even learn how to cook until I had my own family. People assume because you're a mom, you automatically love cooking. Nah, I love eating. Cooking, that's another story. Almost every afternoon, I still hear myself asking, ano na naman ang lulutuin? Then I stop because that's actually a wonderful problem to have. Mas mahirap kung wala kang lulutuin. So, which would you rather hear? Anong lulutuin or walang lulutuin? Funny how one small question can completely change your perspective. Now I'm curious, how many of you still ask yourself that exact same question every single day? Maybe today, instead of seeing it as another chore, we can quietly see it for what it really is, an opportunity to love somebody. Today's menu, chicken celery stir fry. Well, that's what I call it. Honestly, I don't even know if that's an actual recipe. Most of the food I cook simply whatever happens to come together. Then one of my kids asked, Mom, what's this recipe called? Suddenly, I become very creative. That's chicken celery stir fry. Bukas, parehong manok, parehong gulay, iba ang presentation, iba na ang pangalan. You know, it's kind of like this. When restaurant makes it, it's called the chef's special. But when mom makes it, it's just mom will figure out what to call it. So let's begin. Chicken thigh fillets, a little oyster sauce, black pepper, just a touch of sugar, mix everything together, then let it rest. Funny, isn't it? The chicken never complains about waiting. It simply lets the seasoning do its work. And that's exactly what makes it delicious. Habang minamarinate ko to, napangiti ako. Naranasan niyo ba yung feeling na parang manok? Ako, oo. May mga panahong parang walang ganap. Parang hindi umuusad ayon sa gusto nating timeline. But maybe, life was simply preparing us for something we weren't ready for yet. So I learned to wait. Basta, wag naman laging waiting. Baka isipin ng universe, gusto kong gawing permanenteng loading screen. And looking back, I'm grateful I did. Because sometimes, when we think nothing is happening, that's when life is doing its best work. While the chicken is marinating, my husband has already helped me prepare all the vegetables. Carrots, bell peppers, young corn, shiitake mushroom, garlic, onion, celery. That alone makes my life so much easier because honestly, this has never been my favorite part. Thankfully, I don't have to do it alone anymore. My husband wasn't exactly familiar with the kitchen before, but somewhere along the way, he became really good at this particular chore. Meet my chopping buddy. For the longest time, he was my favorite shopping buddy. Yes, shopping buddy. I always look forward to those days together. Now he spends a little less time pushing the shopping cart and a little more time holding a chopping board. Hindi ko tuloy alam, level up ba to or change of career lang? Either way, I think the kitchen likes having him around with me. Eventually, it's time to cook. because this chicken isn't going to cook itself. The pan is nice and hot. Time to sear the chicken. One thing I've learned, once you place it in the pan, leave it alone. Don't keep on turning it over. Give it time to brown. Funny, some of the best things simply can't be rushed. A good meal, a meaningful story, even relationships all need time. So while the chicken does its thing, I simply wait. No rushing, just trusting the process. Now the vegetables go in. High heat, quick toss. Carrots, bell peppers, young corn, shiitake mushroom, celery, a splash of rice wine, half a cup of water, a little more seasoning, and some chili depending on how spicy your family likes it. And ta-da! Chicken celery stir fry. Now, before anyone asks, yes, this is one of my children's favorites. Every family has one dish that somehow keeps finding its way back to the table. Maybe it isn't really about the recipe. Maybe it's about the memories that comes with it. Before I pack anything, there's one lesson I remember from Tatay. Never seal food while it's still hot. Let it cool first. Otherwise, the steam gets trapped inside. Such a simple lesson, but somehow I've carried it all these years. As I watch these meals cool, I can't help thinking, raising children is a little like this. You prepare them with love, you give them what they need, but you can't rush the process. Some things simply take time. Maybe love isn't always about doing more. Sometimes it's knowing when to patiently wait. Once everything has cooled, it's time to pack. Chicken celery stir fry, lasagna, baked potatoes, garlic pork belly, fried rice. One container after another. Then, into the freezer they go. Not because someone will eat them today. They're waiting for the next visit. Funny, I never thought a freezer could become something so meaningful. There they are. Lunch together, stories, laughter, the usual teasing, the usual conversation. For a little while, the house feels full again, just like old times. Then, almost before I realize it, it's time for everyone to head home. Before anyone reaches the front door, I quietly walk to the freezer, open it, take out a few containers, one bag for my son, one bag for my daughter. Nobody even asks anymore. They already know what comes next. Before going home, Mom is going to raid the freezer. Honestly, I think this has become my favorite tradition. Watching them leave, carrying dinner for the next few days. As I hand them those containers, I realize they're taking home so much more than food. They're carrying our time, our love, the ordinary afternoons that nobody ever posts about. The chopping, the waiting, the cooking, the little conversations that quietly happen between all that. Maybe that's why food tastes different when it's made by someone who loves you. Love never really leaves. It simply finds a new way to travel. It used to live in this house inside lunch boxes, and today it lives inside frozen containers. Who would have thought that one day this freezer would become one of my favorite parts of being a mom? Back then, I packed lunch with love notes, and today the message stayed. Thank you for spending time here in my kitchen today. Now I'm curious, what's one little thing you still do for the people you love, even though they don't really need it anymore? Leave it in the comments. I'd love for us to fill this space with simple ways we make the people we love feel remembered. At kung sino man ang naalala mo habang nagkukwentuhan tayo, send this story to them. Baka sa simpleng kwentong ito, maiparamdam mo lang na naalala mo sila. I'm Bombi, and this is where life becomes beautiful, where ordinary moments become life's greatest lessons. I'll see you in the next episode. Next on Beautiful Life, imagine opening a box filled with everything you wanted. Now imagine discovering years later that the greatest gift was never inside the box at all.